Why are you asking me this?
I want to make sure that you're safe.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 best movies of 2020.
People are saying there's something in the sky.
Power. Black power. I like the sound of that.
Life is full of possibilities. You just need to know where to look.
For this list, we're looking at movies that provided insight, inspiration, and escapism in the crazy year that was 2020, reminding us why film is such an important medium. What's your favorite movie of 2020? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Borat subsequent movie film. 2020 was full of surprises, most of which weren't especially pleasant, although this Borat sequel was definitely an exception.
It was time for me to return to Yankee Land to save my people.
The original Borat was both uproarious and eye-opening back in 2006. Borat's subsequent movie film is another gutbuster, balancing chuckles with cringe. It also hilariously sums up 2020, serving as a timely wake-up call and a time capsule for future audiences. Sacha Baron Cohen fearlessly tackles everything from the pandemic to politics, at times even putting his own safety in jeopardy. Along with newcomer Maria Bakalova, who plays Borat's 15-year-old daughter, Baron Cohen trolls several high-profile figures, the best of which is saved for the final act. In a year as stressful as this one, this film gave us exactly what we needed: laughter.
What's this?
This is a bag that just goes over the dress.
Very nice.
Very nice indeed. Number 9. Minari. We all know Steven Yeun from The Walking Dead, but his star has risen significantly as of late with films like Burning. He gives his best performance to date in Minari, which emerged as a widespread favorite at the Sundance Film Festival where it won multiple prizes. Yeun plays the patriarch of a Korean-American family that moves to Arkansas in pursuit of the American dream.
여기 대체 어디야?
집이지? 우리 새로 시작한다고 그랬잖아.
Their new life on a small farm ranges from heartbreaking to warm to occasionally humorous, but always beautifully acted.
우리 여기 있다가 망할 거야. 애들을 위해서라도 한 번 더 생각해 볼 수 있잖아.
애들도 한 번쯤 아빠가 뭔가 해내는 거 봐야 될 거 아니야.
Yeun's chemistry with Han Ye-ri paints a meaningful picture of marriage. Veteran actress Yo Jung-yoon and newcomer Alan Kim practically steal the show whenever they're on screen together.
할머니 같은 게 뭔데?
쿠키도 만들고 나쁜 안 해고 먼저 팬티도 안 입고.
It's the authentic family dynamics that make Lee Isaac Chung's films something truly special. Number 8. The Invisible Man. The Invisible Man is one of the few movies on this list that a wide audience got to see in theaters.
As the appointed attorney representing my late brother's discretionary trust, I'm required to enact his final wishes. And he stipulated that I do this in person.
Lee Winnell's modern reimagining of the classic novel is best experienced with some friends, as watching others jump out of their seats is half the fun. Part of what makes this film so chilling is that it feels strangely grounded.
He said that I could never leave him. That wherever I went, he would find me.
Of course, the domestic violence that our heroine endures is all too identifiable and relevant. The opening sequence alone would fit in well with a thriller like Sleeping with the Enemy. Yet even the science behind the titular Invisible Man, while not real, seems as if it could exist someday. It's all anchored by Elizabeth Moss, whose engrossing performance is worthy of a Best Actress nomination.
Why me? I'm just a suburban girl who stumbled into your life one night at a party.
Number 7. One Night in Miami. Throughout her esteemed acting career, Regina King has won 4 Emmys and an Oscar. King brings that same passion to the director's chair with her feature debut, One Night in Miami. Kemp Powers, who co-directed and co-wrote another film on this list, adapted the script from his own stage play. The film imagines the fictional events of a historic night in 1964 when Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, Jim Brown, and Sam Cooke all came together.
What's on the agenda, Malcolm?
Well, I thought this would be a wonderful chance for us to reflect on what's happened tonight. Like our young brother said, there's no denying that greater forces were at work.
We see the 4 icons discuss civil rights, the African American experience, and their own contributions to the changing world.
This movement that we are in is called a struggle because we are fighting for our lives.
Just as the stars aligned that night in Miami, The same can be said about this film's talent behind and in front of the camera, amounting to a thought-provoking and timely experience. Number 6. The Trial of the Chicago 7. This historical legal drama chronicles events that took place in the late 60s and early 70s, but it just as easily could be mistaken for a window into 2020.
Do you have contempt for your government?
Do I?
Yeah, do you have contempt for your government?
I think the institutions of our democracy are wonderful things that right now are populated by some terrible people.
The film portrays the protests, police brutality, and political injustice that surrounded the Chicago 8, which eventually became the Chicago 7. The ensemble is nothing short of exceptional, with dead-on performances from Sacha Baron Cohen, Mark Rylance, and Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, just to name a few. As is the case with any Aaron Sorkin movie, the real star is his brilliantly crafted screenplay.
Winning elections, that's the first thing on your wish list.
Equality, justice, education, poverty, and progress, they're second.
If you don't win elections, it doesn't matter what's second. And it is astonishing to me that someone still has to explain that to you.
Also serving as a director, Sorkin crafts a film full of shocking revelations. And even when he bends the truth, the trial of the Chicago 7 remains faithful to what these defendants stood for.
How much is it worth to you? What's your price?
To call off the revolution?
What's your price?
My life.
Number 5. I'm Thinking of Ending Things. In a nutshell, I'm Thinking of Ending Things is about a young woman who accompanies her boyfriend to his parents' house, where things are not what they seem. Of course, that brief description does not even begin to scratch the surface, such as to be expected from writer-director Charlie Kaufman, who commonly mixes surrealism and existentialism.
You don't have to go. I don't have to go where? Forward in time. You can stay here.
Much like another Kaufman film, Synecdoche, New York, it challenges our perception of time and reality. Above all else, it's about the human condition, missed opportunities, and the insecurities that eat away at us.
Jake needs to see me as someone who sees him. He needs to be seen, and he needs to be seen with approval. Like, that's my purpose in all this, in life, to approve of Jake, to keep him going. And he needs to see me as someone whose approval of him is validated because I'm approved of by others.
While Kaufman has discussed these themes before, he's never done it in such twisted, unnerving, and even scary ways. It won't just leave you questioning your own existence, but rethinking what a psychological horror movie can be.
Take the darn nightgown to the basement. Live dangerously.
Number 4. Soul. 2020 gave us 2 Pixar films, both of which touched upon life, death, and what makes us human.
Life is full of possibilities. You just need to know where to look.
Granted, the main characters in Onward were technically elves, but their struggles and dynamics certainly felt human. As wonderful as that film is, Soul stands out as this year's greatest achievement in animation, not only on a technical level, but in terms of storytelling as well. With Inside Out, director Pete Docter took us on an inventive exploration of the human mind. Along with co-director Kemp Powers, Docter goes to even deeper places in Soul.
Is this heaven?
No, it's the great before. This is where new souls get their personalities, quirks, and interests.
Aside from bringing great joy to audiences of all ages, the film's life-affirming message reminds us what's most important.
Don't miss out on the joys of life. Like pizza.
Funny, profound, and soulful, it's a movie that we all needed in 2020. Number 3. Mank. It's generally known that Orson Welles was a director, producer, and writer on Citizen Kane, not to mention its star. What some might not know is that the cinematic masterpiece was co-written by Herman J. Mankiewicz, who had to fight to get the credit he deserved.
Who do you think you are? You're nothing but a court jester.
Who better to tell this legend story than another legend, director David Fincher? Along with cinematographer Eric Messerschmidt, Fincher does an extraordinary job of replicating the look and tone of Citizen Kane as Mankiewicz struggles to complete the picture. Gary Oldman delivers another transformative performance as Mankiewicz, while Amanda Seyfried turns in some of her best work as actress Marion Davies. Shockingly, Citizen Kane didn't win Best Picture, but could Mank right this wrong almost 80 years later?
Thunder, lightning, blood, fire, religion, all in one film. That's director proof.
That's why I always want Mank around.
Number 2. The Five Bloods. Spike Lee has hit 2 home runs in a row. With BlacKkKlansman, he won his first competitive Oscar.
Arm yourself, brother. Get ready, because the revolution is coming.
We wouldn't be surprised if Lee picked up another for this war drama, which possesses echoes of classics like Platoon and The Treasure of the Sierra Madre. Da 5 Bloods blends the past with the present, showing how little has changed since the Vietnam War, especially for the black soldiers who fought.
We've been dying for this country from the very get, hoping one day they give us our rightful place.
The cast is universally excellent, although the 2 standout performances come from Delroy Lindo, who dominates the screen, and the late Chadwick Boseman, whose presence is sure to bring a tear to your eye.
You got me now. You got me good. Ain't no thing.
With themes concerning race, regret, greed, nostalgia, and brotherhood, few films released in 2020 are better suited to the current zeitgeist. Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Sonic the Hedgehog. After that first trailer, who would have guessed this video game movie would be a blast?
Pop quiz, Hotshot. You just picked a fight with a poorly disguised hedgehog who's seen way too many action movies. What do you do? What do you do?
Palm Springs. The year's best and most creative romantic comedy. Tenet. Christopher Nolan's latest mind-bender is best experienced on a sizable screen.
What do you think we're seeing?
The detritus of a coming war.
First Cow. Another minimalist masterwork from Kelly Reichardt.
You got a window here, Cookie. History isn't here yet. It's coming, but maybe this time we can take it on our own terms.
On the Rocks. Bill Murray's reunion with Sofia Coppola is only made better by Rashida Jones.
We learned that all young girls should know how to shuffle and how to bluff. Right. And how do you bluff?
Poker face.
Poker face. Poker face. Poker face.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Nomadland. 2020 marked one of the most difficult chapters in human history since the Great Recession. In that sense, Nomadland couldn't have arrived at a more appropriate time.
It's a great document of a very specific time in our world.
Although Nomadland focuses on a challenging period, it'll leave audiences feeling more hopeful, which is especially welcome now.
It's okay to make another choice. It's okay to be different.
Based on a non-fiction book, the story follows a woman who travels across the American West after the recession leaves her with nothing. This profoundly emotional film is carried by a phenomenal performance from Frances McDormand and the considerable talents of Chloe Zhao, who serves as the director, writer, co-producer, and editor.
Our challenge was how do we incorporate their colorful stories into Fern's journey. I think all of us have a great story to tell.
Becoming the first film to win both the Golden Lion at the Venice Film Festival and the People's Choice Award at the Toronto International Film Festival, we foresee even more milestones and accolades on its horizon. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.